Some of those things that you're asking me to teach you, they're things that you're going to acquire from your own exposure by doing the very thing that you're trying to avoid. Think about that. It's a paradox. You think it should be this when I'm telling you it's not that, it's this. It's literally going in there trying not to make money. Read price. Try to know where price is going to go, why it should go there from a higher time frame perspective, and submit to that idea all week long. Think about it. I've been trading a live account, folks. It's not demo, it's live. And I tell you where I thought the market was going to go and what the bias should be, and I only execute in that direction. I've done so to show you that even though it might go up 200 handles for the day, and you really, if you ain't in that first part of the move, you've missed 90% of it. I can fade that and stick with my bias. Oh, wow. So what you're saying, ICT, is do the work in trying to find and determine where the bias is. Stick to trading with that model, accept the fact that if I'm wrong or you're wrong and you get stopped out, it's part of it. But you can still find profitable trades even in up closed days going short. That might happen unplanned. You don't see it coming. And that's all part of your learning curve. But over time, what's going to happen is you will get yourself aligned with the larger, higher time frame order flow, weekly and daily and 4 hour. If you trade in that direction, where is the market likely to draw to next? Where's the liquidity? Where is the inefficiencies? If you think about price like that, from weekly, daily, 4 hour, do most of your work on those charts. Spend most of your time in those 3 time frames. If you filter out the trades in those directions for where the next imbalance is or liquidity, and then you use these 1 to 5 minute or less time frames within the 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, or 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, the respective AM session, PM session, and London session, your silver bullets are easy. They're easy, folks. You're wrestling with all this other shit. You're trying to bring everything in to a discussion. Like you can't form fit everything I've ever taught and pushing in every single fractal and price action. Every little portion of price movement, you're trying to take everything I've ever said about price and finding it in that one fractal. When it is what it should be is that you're taking a model, a run on liquidity, a displacement, a retracement back in to inefficiency with a lower level objective for sell side, while the 4 hour or the daily or the weekly, preferably all 3 are in agreement that there's something that's going to be reached for on the lower side. That, my friends, is a lead pipe sense trade. That means you're going to walk in there like you're holding a lead pipe and you're going to bash this motherfucker upside its head and it's going to pay out. And you're going to be able to shake it down and you're going to go on your merry way. And you're not going to feel any pain. It's going to be a low resistance liquidity run. It's going to be quick. It's going to run right to your target. It's going to have very little drawdown. It's going to fuck around. It's not going to meander around. It's not going to consolidate. It's going to go right to your shit and be done. That's the type of setup you're looking for once a week. That's the shit that gets you out of work. That's your fuck you money. That's the thing that changes the entire trajectory of your life. And nobody can do shit to piss in your cornflakes because you can tell them to go fuck themselves and there ain't nothing they can do, say, or anything to change it. Every week, every day, and it won't fucking stop. That's where I'm taking you. That's the direction I'm pointing to. That's what you're trying to do by learning all this stuff. Not, I want to trade the fucking Reaper. I want to trade the silver bullet on this. I want to trade the optimal trade entry on that. And I want to do this. And I want to what the fuck? I have all that stuff, yes. But every day when I sit down, I want to go in and find a specific setup. Now, if I see something that jumps off at the time, oh yeah, I'll take that. Why wouldn't I? If you walk down the street and you have $100 bill on the sidewalk, you're going to pick up? You're going to say, fuck that, I ain't picking that up. I'll let somebody else get that. That's trash. But I'm going out there on a specific day with the intention that my one specific model I want to wait for, I know it's going to be there. See, you don't know that. You don't know them intimately enough. You haven't spent enough time with it. How well do you know your spouse? How well do you know your significant other? Some of you that know them very well, you can finish their sentences. As much as I hate that fucking shit, my wife will sometimes finish my sentences for me. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't like that. But that just goes to show that she knows me. She knows what I'm going to say. And I know before I'm not going to say it out loud because I can't stand it, but I'm finishing all of my kids and her sentences before she finishes them. I know what she's going to say before she says them because I can read her face. What does that mean? I endured. I endured the relationship, all the ups and downs. Okay. I went through the process of being a good husband. So therefore I understand her. I know how to read her tape. Okay. Well, how's this market any different? You have to be around it enough. You have to give it love, and it's going to slap you around. In the beginning, it might cheat on you because you're not giving it enough attention. That's just the way it is. But you have to stick to it. Show the market that you are faithful and you're going to be monogamous with it. You're not going to give up to the sports on the weekend. You're going to study the charts. She wants to know she's loved. Okay. In deference to the ladies, he wants to know you love him. Price, when you internalize it like that, you make it meaningful. You have a relationship with it. The markets are going to be much more meaningful to you, not adversarial. Now, some of you are laughing or saying, oh, this guy's bullshit. But how many times have you said, this fucking market, fuck you, you give it the finger? You personified it there too. But what have you done? You vilified it. And now your subconscious sees every time you push that button, it's going to hurt you. See what's going on? But you never look at it that way, do you? No. Nope. Nobody's writing books like this. Nobody's sitting down and making YouTube videos about this because it sounds silly to the average person. To the lay audience, it sounds nonsensical. But we're human people. We're creatures that have emotion, and you have to wrestle these things. In finding profitability, you have to go through all this bullshit to discover what makes you tick, what pisses you off, what gets your juices flowing, what makes you hot and ready to do whatever the hell it is, and you're recklessly going out there and taking any risk. What happens if you find where you mess up and you learn to dial back your risk or don't trade at all? And you find where your model is perfect for you and you're comfortable accepting the higher level risk. I'm not saying risk high, but let's just say, for instance, your highest threshold of risk is 1.5%, and you only trade that 1.5% on those instances, and you've learned that this is what constitutes the proper alignment for that because you have done it enough to know that this is really a good setup. So you don't know what a really good setup is for a silver bullet. You don't know yet. And if you're saying you do, you don't. You just learned it. You have to spend time with it. And you also learn how it'll be an integral part of learning how you can pyramid in larger moves. Some of you are discovering your model is the silver bullet. I have students that have already entered the trade at a higher level, and they pyramided in, and then they're adding one more in that fair value gap that's the silver bullet because they know once it leaves that, Elvis has left the building. If you're not positioned, you missed it. You are chasing price then. Does that make the silver bullet trader only entering there inferior to the other traders? No. And if you think like that, you got to ask backwards. You need to pull your head out of your ass. That's not how you should be thinking about it. What fits you as a trader? What fits you? What fits your unique perspective on looking at price? And in finding a way to turn that into a cookie cutter. In the market, in price action delivery every day is the dough. And you're just going to take your cookie cutter model, silver bullet, optimal trade entry, whatever, and you're going to press it in at the right time. And you're going to pull off, and it's going to look just like you want it to for you. Do you take a star cookie cutter and press it into a rolled out sheet of dough, cookie dough or whatever, and you press it down into that dough, and it's shaped like a star in your hand, and you pull it off, and it looks like a square, or it looks like a triangle? Are you expecting that? No, of course you're not. Your expectations are when you pull that cookie cutter off that dough, it's going to look like the star or very close to what the shape of that cookie cutter was. You trust it because you've pressed that into dough times before, dozens, hundreds, thousands, whatever it is. You're not putting any thought behind, you know, when you do this, this is what's going to happen. That's what your trading will become. When you have a model that you stick to, that you've found that fits your unique personality, it doesn't complicate things for you. I have PD arrays that are extremely complicated that you'll never learn, but they'll make you fucking millionaires. Now, let me backpedal. The silver bullet can make you a millionaire. The optimal trade entry can make you a millionaire. Breaker can make you a millionaire.